Good afternoon, Musketeers. It's February 5th, 2016. I'm Hannah Michaels.
And I'm Daniel Stenger, and this is Xavier News.
From the Xavier University Television Studio, this is Xavier News. Your campus, your region, your world. This is Xavier News.
Rallies and meetups for the controversial group named Return of Kings have been canceled for tomorrow. The male-only group centers on ideas of neo-masculinity and promote the legalization of rape on private property. The 165 planned meetups across 43 different countries were canceled by group founder Dariush Valazadeh, better known online as Rush V. One of these meetings was planned to be hosted in the greater Cincinnati area. The group received backlash across social media, resulting in planned protests from activist groups and concerned civilians contacting authorities. Mayors from cities across the world voiced their opposition to the group on Twitter. Jim Watson, the mayor of Ottawa in Canada, tweeted at the group, quote, "Your pro-rape, misogynistic, homophobic garbage is not welcome in Ottawa. Hashtag it's 2016, hashtag turn away Return of Kings," end quote. Watson also told the Ottawa Sun, quote, "It's disgraceful what he's promoting. He's a hateful homophobe with an anti-woman message," end quote. Mayor of Melbourne, Australia, Robert Doyle, threatened to charge any meeting attendees of trespassing on city property. Valazadeh claims he canceled the rallies due to safety concerns for the male group members. On Wednesday, Valazadeh posted a blog post saying, quote, "I can no longer guarantee the safety or privacy of the men who want to attend on February 6th. While I can't stop men who want to continue meeting in private groups, there will be no official Return of Kings meetups," end quote.
An explosion rocked Daallo Airlines Flight D3159 shortly after takeoff on Tuesday, blowing a hole in the aircraft and injuring two before the pilot landed safely. An airport official estimated the Daallo plane was between 12,000 and 14,000 feet when the blast occurred. Aside from the two injured, one passenger is reported to have been blown or ejected out of the hole created by the explosion, falling to his death. A spokesman for Somali Prime Minister Omar Abdirashad Ali Sharmake didn't immediately indicate a bomb had gone off mid-flight, echoing a Daallo Airlines worker and saying that, quote, "The incident is under investigation," end quote. However, initial tests of the damage to the Airbus A321 came back positive for explosive residue. No group has yet claimed responsibility for the blast. Last week featured the return of Toolbox, the Xavier Players improv comedy group, in their first show with their current lineup. Here's Corey Reich with the story.
Appreciate it so much. I am Tyler Ferrari.
I'm Henry Eaton.
And this is Toolbox.
Yes.
Thank you.
In Edgecliff Hall, the Xavier Players have recently resurrected their improv crew, rightly named Toolbox.
Toolbox is a student-run, directed, and performing improv troupe that is in affiliation with Xavier Players, and it's an 8-person group. We do performances once a month. This is our first performance here in January.
We do different types of shows. We do short form, it's where we all come together, play different games. Each game is different. Some shows will have a long form aspect where the beginning of the show will connect to the end of the show, but the in-between stages will be completely different.
Got some corn chowder that I made. Also pretty bad. Yeah, we do a game called Foursquare, where it's kind of like the old schoolyard game. Two people up in front, two people behind them, and you'll have one scene for these two people, and you rotate the next way, and then there's a whole new scene.
You can't tell, that's the fun. Elizabeth, I'm glad you're here.
All the credit goes to Tyler Ferrari and Henry Eaton. They are the co-directors. They are the ones that set up the auditions, pretty much just brought Toolbox back.
I know, it's not romantic, totally educational.
It was away for a short period of time, but they were determined. Tyler Ferrari and Henry were both in it last year. Kudos to them. They got it going.
Why should you go see Toolbox? For more reasons than you think.
Well, it's free. Everyone loves free stuff for college students. We don't got that much money. It's fun. We're all students. We're one of the people, so you guys can connect to us a lot. We'll make you laugh, or at least we'll try our butts off to make you laugh, and it'll be a good time.
The Xavier student body responded and packed up Long Recital Hall for Toolbox's inaugural show. So be sure to get there in time to find a seat, because there's a new hot ticket on campus.
Yeah, we really just like making people laugh. It's kind of our spiel.
For Xavier News, I'm Corey Reich.
An 11-year-old Afghan war hero was killed by the Taliban on Monday. The boy, Wasil Ahmad, was commended for his bravery in leading forces against the Taliban after the death of his father. With the help of his uncle, Mullah Samad, Wasil learned how to operate weapons as well as satellite phones and VHF radios. Despite his age and laws prohibiting children in warfare, Wasil commanded a police unit for 43 days to repel a Taliban siege last year. Wasil's father and uncle defected from the Taliban in 2012 to fight for the Afghan government, but the Taliban killed Wasil's father a year later. After the death of his father, Wasil was eager to join the movement against the Taliban and to protect his family. Late in the summer of 2015, the Taliban siege on Wasil's home of Qasr-e-Zagan had ended, and he and his family were airlifted to Tarian Kot, where Wasil was enrolled in school. Wasil was in a market on Monday when he was shot by gunmen on motorbikes. Wasil was transported to 2 different hospitals before dying from head injuries.
2 Virginia Tech students appeared before a judge Monday for the murder of 13-year-old Nicole Madison Lovell. Lovell reportedly suffered from bullying at her middle school as well as online, according to her mother, Tammy Weeks. Lovell was initially reported missing January 27th. Her body was found 4 days after her disappearance on January 29th. David Eisenhower, an 18-year-old track star and engineering student, allegedly started an inappropriate online relationship with Lovell several months before the murder. The police stated, quote, Eisenhower used this relationship to his advantage to abduct the 13-year-old and then kill her. He has been charged with kidnapping and first-degree murder. His accomplice, Natalie Keepers, a 19-year-old engineering student, has been charged with improper disposal of a body and accessory after the fact. If convicted, Eisenhower faces 20 years to life in prison for the murder and up to an additional decade for abduction. Keepers faces up to 6 years. No motive has yet been identified. Last week, we told you about the upcoming Art Department faculty show. Xavier News' own Eli Badel was there to cover the event and bring us the story.
The Xavier Art Department faculty exhibition and reception was held on Friday night, January 29th, from 5 to 7 p.m. in the Cohen Center.
So the faculty exhibition here at Xavier University is an annual event, so we exhibit typically in the spring. So it's a wide range of disciplines from painting, ceramic, sculpture, graphic design, fibers, you name it, we represent it.
It's a chance for the faculty to share their research that they've been engaged with over the course of 2 years, or slightly less than 2 years, since the last time we exhibited.
Students, faculty, and the general public were able to attend and enjoy the works of the art department faculty representing a diverse range of mediums.
The faculty exhibitions are widely attended by just about everyone from all walks of life, from our students to other faculty members here locally. We've got a lot of art collectors who will come in, local writers and critics. So we've got a wide range of people who attend our exhibitions.
The faculty put forth a lot of time and effort to put the biannual show together, which they hope inspires students and gives them a chance to see professional work.
A commitment to making art is a deep one, and one that is lifelong, and one that, at least in my own vision and the way that I teach, I persuade students to realize that you can get better and better and better and better as you age.
I think the goal for all of our faculty exhibitions is to display our work, to really give a sense to our students what we do in our own respective disciplines. So we want our students primarily to see what good work really looks like.
The exhibition was also an opportunity for the faculty to sell their pieces to the general public.
Typically, all the pieces are for sale unless if it's marked, ahead of time. But typically, we have had people to come in and purchase our works directly from the gallery.
Almost every artist here sells their work or offers their work for sale. Some of the work, for instance, though, is commercial work, professional design work.
After many long hours of preparation and anticipation, the art department enjoyed a well-deserved evening with an excellent turnout by students and public alike.
For me, that was the most gratifying aspect of tonight, was just meeting people, sharing it with people I knew, but also people I just met for the first time tonight, and then also representing my university and my department and saying, this is a great school, this is a great institution, this is a great place to study and be an artist.
Reporting for Xavier News, this is Eli Beadle.
That's all from the news desk. Stay with us for Paul Fritchner with the Xavier Sports Report.
Hello, Xavier Musketeers. I'm Paul Fritchner, here to get you caught up around the world of sports. On Tuesday night, in the midst of his final season, aging Los Angeles Lakers star Kobe Bryant gave us a blast from the past as he poured in a season-high 38 points. His performance ensured that the Lakers would not suffer a franchise record 11th loss in a row. But not to be outdone, Golden State Warriors star Steph Curry scored 51 Wednesday night in a win over the Washington Wizards. Speaking of Wednesday night, a team you all may be familiar with won their 20th game this season. The Xavier Musketeers, who moved back up to number 6 in the national rankings, needed double-digit outings from 5 different players to survive another scare from the pesky St. John's Red Storm. Miles Davis led the way with 16 points, and Trayvon Blewett was right at his heels with 15 en route to a 90-83 victory. St. John's might be 0-10 in Big East play, but they've played some tight games and took the Musketeers down the wire in both of their regular season matchups. The men's team takes the court again tomorrow against Marquette. Set those alarms early because it's a 12 o'clock tip-off against the Golden Eagles. Xavier already defeated Marquette in Milwaukee, and they'll look to finish off the season sweep. Also of note, Trayvon Blewett was named as one of 10 finalists for the National Basketball Hall of Fame Julius Erving Award, given to the nation's best small forward. The women's basketball team took down Big East rival Butler last Friday 55-47, as Xavier star Aaliyah Zant scored 24 of those 55. The Musketeers look to continue their winning ways in about 5 hours from now, improving their record to 14-2 at home against Providence. The Musketeers play at 8 tonight in Sintok. Now on to the NFL, where, in a somewhat surprising move, the iconic Detroit Lions wide receiver Calvin Megatron Johnson has decided to pack up his cleats and retire. Many are wondering if he'll pull a Brett Favre-esque move and come out of retirement. But Johnson, though, seemed steadfast in his decision, as he informed friends and family before this year that he'd be calling it quits. The 30-year-old wide receiver enjoyed a rewarding 9-year career, chock full of incredible catches and mind-bending athletic feats. He leaves as the Lions' all-time leading receiver with 731 catches and 11,619 receiving yards. Have any plans for Sunday? I know many of you will be distracted by the physical hardship of wagging tails and faint whoops of the Puppy Bowl to care about who wins the actual game. But for those of you invested in the real deal, we could be in for a treat. Peyton Manning, who many speculate will retire after this game, leads his Denver Broncos into a quarterback clash against the Carolina Panthers, led by Cam Newton. Newton has had quite the memorable season in guiding the young Panther squad to an impressive 15-1 regular season record. Carolina is known for their high-octane offense, while the Broncos have ridden their defense to this point. So it'll be interesting to see if Peyton Manning can muster up one more memorable victory and earn a second Super Bowl ring. Realistically, though, I just can't see that happening. I have the Panthers taking Super Bowl 50 by a score of 30-17. Enjoy your Super Bowl weekend, Musketeers, and get your vocal cords ready to cheer on the Musketeers tomorrow at noon. Have a safe weekend, and let's go X.